Hello, I'm Peyton. Let's talk Booktubeathon. If you watched my update for day number 1, you know that it didn't go so hot for me. I read a mere 155 pages, which, if I measure that on the scale of the 300 that I'm supposed to read daily for Booktubeathon, I failed miserably. That's an F. Or a low D. Pretty sure it's an F. But if we measure it on how much I usually read, which is how I'm choosing to measure it, then it's a success. I aim to read 100 pages each day, but usually it's not like that. I do have good months, I have good weeks, and I have good days. Most of those pages were in the form of The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which I lightly discussed yesterday. I was not ready to make a review, and I'm still not ready to make a review. Once this video is done being filmed and edited, and it's taking the 5 million years that it takes to upload videos on YouTube lately, I'm going to get my thoughts about this book out on paper, write a review for my blog, and then kind of mess with it a little bit to make it acceptable or fun for YouTube. Now, there were less than 170 pages left in The Fault in Our Stars by day 2, so I had to get those other 130 pages from somewhere else. So that's exactly what I did. I finished Anna and the French Kiss, which I absolutely adored. That book is very nostalgic for me in the sense that it reminds me so much of the series of books that I read when I was in high school. A large portion of the books in the Love Story series, which I just mentioned, are written by Rachel Hawthorne, but there's one trilogy in that series that really sticks out to me. And it was about 3 friends, and they all studied abroad for a year. They all went to different places, of course. One to London, one to Paris, and one to Rome, but that didn't stop them from meeting cute boys and emailing each other about it. A few months ago, I was lucky enough to find an edition that compiled all 3 of the books in that trilogy into one beautiful paperback. I prefer hardcover, but I'll take what I can get. I haven't read this series since I was about 15 years old, which means it's been about 10 years. So I think I'm going to be reading this for my reread for Booktubeathon, and it will also count as my book over 500 pages. I also started reading The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Originally, I was going to power through not only The Hobbit, but the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy during Booktubeathon, but I decided against that because this is a series that I really want to take my time with. Altogether, The Fault in Our Stars, Anna and the French Kiss, and The Hobbit brought me to around 270 pages. Now, recently, I also started editing for an indie author by the name of Cameron Jace, and he sent me some of his newest work to edit this week. So I edited the last 30 pages of that yesterday. In order to edit something, you do have to read it. So if that doesn't count, I don't know what does. I'm counting it. Needless to say, at the end of the day, I had read 300 pages, and I was extremely proud. I think that that's the most I've ever read in a 24-hour period. What's the most you've read? This morning, I really wasn't in the mood to read, and I really haven't been in the mood to read all day. I haven't hit my 300-page goal for the day, or should I say I didn't hit my 300-page goal for the day, seeing as it's 1 o'clock in the morning on day 4. But you know what, I'm really not going to beat myself up over this because I still read a pretty decent amount. Today I started reading Girl of Nightmares, which is the sequel to Anna Dressed in Blood. I'm about 100 pages in right now, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really not used to sequels being, decent even, but I'm actually really enjoying this book. Aside from this, I am also reading The Great Gatsby, and I'm about 22 pages in. And I also listened to about an hour of the audiobook for Stephen King's It. I'm really not sure what that accounts for, but I can read about 50 pages in an hour, so I'm just going to say 50 pages. So I read a little less than 200 pages today, which, again, if I count on the scale of Booktubeathon and the fact that I'm supposed to read 300 pages, then it can be a bad thing that I didn't read 300 pages. But again, who cares? I mean, as long as you're reading more than you normally do and you're having fun with it, isn't that the whole point of Booktubeathon in the first place? Aside from Booktubeathon and the less than 200 pages that I read today, I spent some time with my brother. We went to Chipotle, and then we started to watch Sherlock Holmes, but then I started reading again. 2 of my college classes actually started today as well. I'm taking a creative writing course, and with my mom, I'm taking a medical terminology course. I hope you guys are enjoying Booktubeathon as much as I am. Let me know down in the comments what you're reading. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another update, some reviews, and who knows what else. Bye!